Hawks fans, basketball season is almost here, and today, for his first long form sit down, one on one interview on WSJP, you get to hear from the head coach of the Hawks. Here with me is the aforementioned head coach of the Hawks, and he is also a 1,000 point scorer and PCL champion, two-time PCL champ.
That's correct.
Coach Chris Clark, welcome on.
Thank you. Happy to be here, Ed. Thanks for having me.
I want to start with just the process of coming to the prep. Obviously, you made that jump from college to high school. What caused you to make that switch and come out?
Well, a couple things. One, I love the prep. Right, this place has given me so many opportunities in life to, you know, you know, the reason why I went to Temple was because I came to the prep. Right, playing 4 years here, going through the process. What you're going through now, being educated, being developed. Into the best young person that we all strive to be. My high school coach, Speedy Morris, was good friends with the head coach at the time, John Chaney, and it was a relationship there, and they came to watch me play, and the rest was history. But this place has given me so much in my life, and I'm just really excited to be able to get back now to the prep and help develop not only just my guys, but make a difference and make an impact in the entire prep community.
You mentioned there Speedy Morris. Talk about his influence. How did he influence you here?
Yeah, well, it starts with my parents, and it started at home. But Coach Morris laid the foundation for me in terms of what winning looks like, right? What is a winning basketball player, a point guard, and the things that you have to do daily, the habits, the behaviors, the mindset, the importance of teamwork, and being a part of a team and how special that is. So he laid the foundation for me in terms of what, um, you know, a basketball player, a prep basketball player, stood for and the standards that we have, right? So he was instrumental in my early stages of development, becoming the best player that I can be. So I mean, I can't thank him enough. And he'll be at some games. He'll be at hopefully a lot of games this year. But yeah, he was instrumental in my development here at the prep.
Before you took the job, we know that you asked for his blessing. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, well, I wanted to just make sure that because he was such a influential person, here in my life when I was here at the prep and when I graduated, that and what he built, during his what how many years? 19 years? I can't even remember how many years, but it's forever, right? Uh, uh, so I just wanted to make sure I had him and his wife Mimi Morris, who shares the same birthday with my younger sister Robin. Just wanted to make sure he was okay with me now being the steward of this program.
When you came to the program was in a very interesting position, not similar to any other program this offseason. They have one of the best years in recent memory, but they had that shocking loss at the Palestra to end the season. When you took over, what did you see that was working? What did you see that needed improvement?
Yeah, well, I think you had a lot of good players on last year's team. I mean, Jaron McKee, who was first team, I think all state.
Yeah.
Jordan Ellaby was Player of the Year, PA State Player of the Year. So I mean, two really incredible guards that are playing at the next level, right? Jordan's playing at Florida Gulf Coast. He's playing extremely well over the last couple of games. So right, shout out to Jordan. And then Jaron, obviously, who will be missing this year because of shoulder surgery. He was going to be an impact guy right away at Dayton as well. So, they had a terrific, team. They won a lot of games, a lot of good players, a lot of great moments. And I just wanted to, be able to, implement, some of the things that has made me a successful person, and but also make sure I was aligned with the prep's mission and the vision of, what they want out of, our athletic programs, and especially one as special as the basketball program to, a ton of, people in the city, but also our alumni. We have a strong basketball alumni base, and I wanted to make sure that I was coming in and being able to shift the culture a little bit.
The core that you have this year, what have you seen over the summer and heading into the fall from this squad?
Yeah, really excited about the core guys we have, man. And honestly, everyone in our program, the guys that's on varsity, JV, freshmen, I had a chance to watch, a lot of those guys over the course of the last, 10 weeks and open gym and also tryouts and a couple of days of practice that we had this week. I'm really excited about, my guys. There's so much room for growth and development, and those guys are working extremely hard every day in the weight room, on the court. We have breakfast club. These guys are getting in here at 6, 7 a.m. in the morning, getting their workout in, getting their shots in. So I'm really proud of the growth that we've had since the summer. And they know, it's a tough Catholic league. PCL is tough. It's not easy. And our non-conference schedule is really difficult. So we know the challenge ahead, and we'll learn quickly a lot about ourselves. But that's the part you enjoy. It's the process, right? You learn about yourself, and now okay, what do I need to improve on? What do I need to be better at? And you just keep building those daily habits, and you let the score take care of itself.
Your one big transfer pickup was Luke Moransky. Can you talk about what you've seen from him?
Yeah, he first of all, he comes from a great family. His parents are terrific. He is a point guard, can really shoot the ball, has a really good feel for the game. He knows how to play. He's a really tough kid too. He works extremely hard, and that those skills translates to the classroom. Really bright kid, great student. So I'm expecting a lot out of him to be able to run the show along with Justin McKee. Those two guys are our point guards and will be doing a lot of the ball handling responsibilities for us. So I'm hard on those guys, right? They know that, right? So, but I'm really invested to their development of being guys that can run and lead a basketball team. So I'm super excited for Luke and this opportunity that he has.
You mentioned your out of league schedule. How do you think that's going to help prepare your squad for Catholic League play?
Yeah, it's tough. Like we have no easy games. I mean, we start off with Upper Dublin, and they had a terrific season last year. I think they finished 28-3. So and Coach Brooks over there does a really good job. Then we play Bennett Academy here at the Prep, which is December 6th, which is going to be an awesome game. They're from Chicago. They were picked second in the state in the preseason rankings in Chicago. So they're a really good basketball team, a bunch of Division I players, really good coach, really good program. And then the next day we go to New York to play Coachville, and we all know Colton Hiller, yeah, special player. I think he's ranked third in his class or something like that. So we and then after that we head down to DC for the Gonzaga Classic. So I don't know if I know what I'm doing here with the schedule, right? And I'm not sure what I'm doing, but to your point, we will be hopefully prepared for a tough PCL season because we know how competitive this league is. A lot of terrific players and terrific coaches. So we wanted to make sure that we are battle tested and ready for PCL play.
The Catholic League seems to be in an interesting spot this year. It felt like last season there was a lot of movement, there was a lot of shifting from top to bottom, but this year you have some transfers in, you have a lot of transfers out. How do you see the league this year?
It's competitive, man. Every year, Philadelphia basketball is awesome,
Yeah.
right? I just think it's one of the best, brand of basketballs. Obviously, got the WCAC and down in, DC area, the Baltimore Catholic League. But I think, you got, the New York, New Jersey. But I think Philadelphia, basketball is awesome, especially the Catholic League. It's always competitive. I mean, you got Father Judge who won it last year. Newman, traditionally has been, always good. Archbishop Wood, they're talented with their group. So I mean, every team. There's no easy wins in the Catholic League, right? I know I'm forgetting, a couple schools, but there's no easy wins. Everyone is just competing, and the cool thing is these guys all know each other.
Yeah.
right? So, there's bragging rights, there's competitiveness that sort of breeds, these guys, in the city. And, it's really cool and special to be a part of. So I'm really excited, for the opportunity we have to compete in such a great league.
I've mentioned transferring a couple times. It feels like that is part of the culture of today's high school game. How are you trying to both attract transfers but also appeal to middle schoolers, and which do you value more?
Well, I wouldn't say I value either one, more than the other.
Okay.
I think it's more about what your team needs, but more importantly for us, we're the prep, right? I like to brag on the prep a little bit. We're different,
Yeah.
right? So I don't, I never want to take a kid and their family for just basketball reasons, right? You have to be committed and invested into the overall development of, you know, the person. And that's what we do here, right? I don't want a guy that's just focused just on basketball. We want to prepare you not only athletically, but also mentally, physically, spiritually, right? All these things make the human, make the person. And for me, yeah, do I want guys that love the game of basketball? Do I want talented guys? Absolutely. But you have to make sure you're immersed in the overall mission and vision of St. Joseph's Prep and what we're about. Because if you could do that, then I think the basketball will take care of itself. But if you're just here for basketball, then I think you're missing out on the overall development, um, the full potential of what you're capable of as a student athlete.
You talked about the mental aspect, and I want to follow up on that. When you're coaching your team, are you looking more at teaching technique or attitude, and which is more important as you're trying to develop these kids?
Yeah, so you want to definitely teach, an attitude, right, a mentality of how we approach the game and how we want to play. We have standards, right? These standards and behaviors that we have needs to translate to the basketball court. And we talk about that all the time. What are our standards? What do we want this team to look like when people come watch us play? Right, whether it's a grandmother, grandfather, or whether it's a 5, 6 year old kid, what do we want them to walk away saying after they watch us play? Are they the most connected team? Are they the hardest playing team, the most competitive team? Right? Do they share the ball? Do they take care of one another? And I think those are the standards um, in which I want to get these guys to play at every single day in practice, right? Because if we can do that, then the score will take care of itself, right? So those are the most important things, right? The ingredients that I want to make sure that we're doing every single day. And if we're doing those things and we're taking care of one another and we're being the best teammates that we can be every single day, I'm confident in our group that we'll be a competitive team and that the prep and alums are really proud of.
My final question for you is, you're a 1,000 point scorer, two-time PCL champ, as I mentioned. How do you think your time playing in the program helps you be a better coach to these guys who are on the court today?
Well, to be honest, and I don't know if it helps me to be a better coach, right? But I definitely understand what they're going through. So my job is to just be there for them, right? Be there for them, get to know each and every person on the team, be invested in their development, not just from a basketball standpoint, but just the overall development of who they are as people. And it truly brings me joy to be able to spend time with them every single day. Like that's the part that I enjoy most. The practices and the daily grind and the breakfast club, shooting in the morning, the weightlifting, by eating together. Like those are the things that I truly enjoy in watching their development. But I don't know my time here will, hopefully it helps them, but I don't know if it makes me a better coach. I think what's going to make me a really good coach is the investment and the time spent with them and them feel that they feel like they not only belong, right, and proud of the program that they're a part of, but make sure they understand that they matter. Each and every guy matters and brings value to the team and to the school. And I think if I can get them to understand and feel that from me, then I've done my job as a coach.
Well, Coach, thank you for your time. That will do it, folks, for us today Hawks Hoop on WSJP tips off on Saturday, November 29th. Hawks will be playing Upper Dublin in the Kelly Fieldhouse. We will have varsity and junior varsity streams that day here at the Prep. Thank you for watching, and as always, go Prep.
Go Prep.